Bonsoir tout le monde. Good evening, everybody. So today we are doing this video to talk about defending democracy, defending immigrant, defend immigrant, defending humanity. So we are doing this video to share views while we're bringing a lot of information about what we are saying, and also to have a conversation and share some light, especially about democracy, immigration, and humanity. Because for me, those three words, they are very interconnected. And our main example is Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie was a Scottish American industrialist and entrepreneur. N'a parlé de Andrew Carnegie, qui était fait en Écosse et qui était devenu un citoyen américain. C'était un industriel et puis il était un entrepreneur. He had a major role in the expansion of the American steel industry in the late 19th century. So, monsieur son qui était un rôle qui est vraiment important dans ça qui est l'industrie et fait dans le pays Baboïsite. Et il était rentré dans un pile l'autre domaine. Donc, monsieur était fait dans l'année 1835 dans le pays Écosse et puis il était venu aux États-Unis pendant le temps avec maman avec papa qui ont vivre dans misère. Et c'est histoire en pile immigrant. Ou bien capable de dire presque 90% dans immigrants qui viennent aux États-Unis, c'est parce que ont besoin de la vie meilleure, ils ont cherché un bagage. Donc maman avec papa et puis frère c'est lui et ils sont venus aux États-Unis et monsieur mourit 1919. Donc monsieur Sonnet qui fait tout parcours dans les affaires et la poste, dans les affaires industrie, les techniques la guerre, monsieur là font façon les manœuvres les parlent dans la guerre et puis les travail tout pour ça faire pont, monsieur ouais que pont en bois yo roule facile. So this is why he got into steel because he saw the bridge were made in wood and so easily the bridge were burning and a lot of houses and other building made in wood and then they got in flames so fast. So he said, so let's build them in steel. So this is why I got the brilliant idea. So let me get to steel because a lot of people we are realizing that wood is not the perfect element for construction. So this is a guy that came outside of the country. He was born from another country. He came to America and then he had a major role when you're talking about American or people that developed this country that with the expansion, and it was a big part into the industry in America. You cannot pass Andrew Carnegie, and he was one of the richest person in America and around the world. So Andrew Carnegie as an immigrant, and also he defended democracy. A lot of people gonna say he had some kind of questioning or even evil tactic to get ahead or to take over some industry or to push out his competitors. So, en pile, moun kapap di, en tout Carnegie, son mauvais moun, son nèg qui font bonne bagay qui pas bon du tout, son nèg qui gen moun qui travaille avec lui, qu'on a utilisé des tactiques pour attaquer l'autre monde et puis pour faire que li prend devant. Donc, c'est pas comme si bon bagay, un bon exemple, mais après exemple, immigrant, après exemple, monde qui a défendu la démocratie, après exemple, monde qui a défendu la paix, parce qu'il a pile l'argent pour faire question librairie, il a pile l'argent pour faire question la paix avec démocratie et dans le monde. Donc, monsieur gain défaut tant que tout le monde, tant que tout immigrant, mais il fait valoir et lui-même en tant qu'humain, en tant qu'immigrant et en tant que monde qui a pensé ou bien qui est quoi et dans certain niveau dans la question et démocratie. Donc, exemple ça, c'est un exemple qui et d'entrée de jeu pour montrer que ça c'est solide. We choose this example to show you that a immigrant, we choose it. We choose this example as a solid, one of the best example to show how immigrants are very important and how they can participate in bringing this country forward. Now, this is what we are going to speak about, like a little resume to our agenda. Immigration is an human condition. So it need to be clear for all of us that as human being, it's one of our conditions. So to go to different places, maybe to see, maybe to do some experience, or and come back to our own country, or just to stay for a better life, or for any other reason, but just to show you that is immigration is a human condition. So, immigration son condition la vie moun. Ça veut dire, depuis le monde est monde, depuis moun existe sur la terre, yo toujours cherché un côté pour y aller, soit y aller ouais, l'autre côté, y aller faire vacances, y aller faire études, et aller parler, pas passer quelques jours, y aller joindre madame, yo joindre mari, yo, ou bientôt yo capable d'aller pour que yo capable rete. Donc, son bagay qui vraiment humain. Immigration is in the Bible. The best example is Jesus. Jesus was an immigrant. I think many people can agree with that. And as an immigrant, Jesus always welcome other people. This is why it will be hard for anyone with a Bible who believe in Jesus to say so that Jesus or the Christian should not support immigrant. And immigration is the essential is essential to the existence of America. Yes, because who built this country? Immigrant from Europe. So for the for America to exist, you always gonna speak about immigrant because the immigrant are playing a major role into uh, the immigrant are playing a major role into the American system. Okay, so let's see. No, we cannot go back. I just made a mistake. I wanted to correct something, but we cannot go back. So for the sake of the video, we're gonna keep going. The origin of immigration. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about the origin of immigration. Qui côté immigration lui-même li sorti. C'est d'après tracé à travers l'histoire qui côté immigration et même li sorti, li important pour que nous parlions de immigration origine qui côté le sorti. Donc, ça est extrêmement important. Bon, immigration aux États-Unis, immigration l'on sorti en Afrique, immigration européenne, il a cherché esclaves, vous comprenez, européens vini, ou bien haïtiens vini, capable we can say like immigration from Africa, the great migration in America, or the immigration from different kind of countries in America, like the Italian, like the um, French people, Caribbean people, the British people, people from Europe. They were fleeing World War One, World War Two, and so the origin of immigration. It's very important to show immigration is a human condition. Okay, so now we can see the classification of Homo sapien with the order of primate. So from the bottom now, so we can see the first human being. They were living like in different kind of part of the world and with the animals, and now we'll see some evolution, and you see we're going up more, less and less. People are realizing, living with animals, it's not something that is very secure. This is why you see they are to put the animal into some parts and human can live because gorillas tend to live with gorillas, like lions are more friendly with lions. Different kind of animals, they love to live alone, to be left alone. So nou kapab wè ke depi nan klasifikasyon, nan pon nan klasifikasyon, Homo sapiens yo, sa vle di premye tip moun ke l'histoire, ça très important que l'histoire même répertoriée et puis où on a vivre là où les animaux ouais gorille ouais lion mais toujours on a pour réaliser les affaires avec lion ça n'importe quel lion va passer le pour un bout d'anneau ou elle va passer le pour on pied le passer le pour petit monde et il commence à réduire et communion ou bien et la vie ensemble avec un ensemble de bêtes et bien il dit là non monsieur papa vivre avec bêtes ça bêtes c'est bête c'est monde nous connaissons proverbe dans le pays d'Haïti donc de jour en jour regarder on va monter dans la classification on va bien moins monde qui vivent avec bêtes ok jusqu'à ce que nous même deviennent pour compte et puis il y a bien vivre donc immigration to the US by the decade 1821 to 1830. So this is the number of the people that was living from the 1800, 1841 to 1850. So là, on a regardé l'immigration monde aux États-Unis depuis 1821, 1830. Chaque 10 ans, il regardé comment l'immigration lui-même la paix monter, la paix monter, la paix monter. Donc, plus on apprend les États-Unis, plus moun ap vini investi, plus Amerika li men la vini expand. Depuis 1821, yo komanse kembe another. So since 1821 to 1830, they started to keep the record of immigration of people coming to America. And we can see the numbers are getting bigger by the millions every decade. Sometimes it's kind of up, sometimes kind of low, like to 1931, 1940, around World War Two. All right. On World War Two, again after that they keep going until 1991 to 2000. So now we 2025, so the numbers are getting even bigger. So people are coming, they keep sending people back, but people are keep coming. So now you can see this big boat where a lot of people were coming to America, and those people are from Europe, like the Italians, like the Scottish, like the British, a lot of people from around the world, they coming. Now people are not coming from boat. They used to call Asian boat people, but I don't know what they used to call those people because when they used to come, like when there was a lot of poverty in Europe, they used to come by whale boat. The Asian used to come into the little boat. They used to call the Asian boat people or small boat. So they tell you small boat, they was talking to Asian. So you don't really Asian boat people. Donc, là, nous capable ouais, c'est pas type bateau, c'est gros bateau, like gros navire. If they used to call Asian people boat people, they should call those people like quasi people or I don't know because it was like some big boat bringing a lot of people coming to America. So by this time it was like the 1900, all right, 1911 to 1920, 1921 to 1930. So this is where a lot of people from Europe, Spanish or Japanese, they used to come by the 100,000, by the million to America. So this is nothing new. There's nothing to be scared about. And since the 1821 to 1830s, so the people has always use politics to do the dirty work, and they always use immigrant. I'm not saying like they did not give the Italian or the Scottish or other people in bad times. They always do that. This is This is the story of the United States. All right. So now let me focusing on the African because they used to call African from shithole country. So là, on a parlé de Africain, on a essayé focus sur moun noir, moun qui sorti en Afrique, yo, moun qui sorti en Haïti, moun qui sorti dans Caraïbes, yo, moun qui sorti tout dans Amérique du Sud. Now we can say the triangle trade. Ça, c'est tout pour que question esclavage, te gon un triangle côté que yo te prend moun yo là, on comprend. Yo sorti avec en Afrique, yo passé ensemble avec dans l'océan Atlantique là, vous comprenez? Et puis il y a dans South Africa, ou tomber aux États-Unis, ouais, grand pile tout, pas même et passer là, yo sorti directement en Afrique, et puis yo courir aller aux États-Unis ou bien yo courir là et aller au Brésil, et aller dans l'Amérique du Sud, ou bien aller dans Caraïbes là. Donc, c'est pas là ça. Y aller, yo sorti en Afrique, yo prend moun yo, et puis yo fait route et océan Atlantique là, ensemble avec yo, yo lagué, yo prend sucre avec tabac, yo retourné, et puis yo fait route là encore. Ok? Quelqu'un soit côté yo, et commencer à sortir en Europe, et puis aller en Afrique, yo traverser l'océan Atlantique là, et aller déposer dans zone ça, ok, il y a sucre avec tabac, on prend coton, tout le bagage, et puis yo viré. Donc, ça c'est un triangle qui vraiment est connu. Dès que tu connais le esclave, il y a le yo, il y a acheté ci, il y a acheté tabac. Donc, c'est un commerce triangulaire, j'ai reconnu les bagages là. Ou bien tout, les sorti en Europe là, dans l'Europe là, yo drop quoi yo en Afrique, ok. Yo prend moun, il y a le vent yo surtout parti ça là. Dans Brésil, Argentine, Chili, tout côté ça yo. Et puis, yo prend sucre, yo retourné, y a prend moun. Vous comprenez? Prend moun, descend avec yo, prend sucre, prend tabac, remonter, vous comprenez, al ba yo, et puis pour prend moun. Et bien après yo, parfois yo fait droit direct ensemble avec yo aux États-Unis, là yo dans Caraïbes là, vous comprenez? Et puis il a fait des autres. OK? Donc, therefore, the triangle trade is very important to understand. This is why you gonna find black people all over uh, America or South of America and around the world because when people don't want to migrate, so sometimes they force them to leave Africa, leave their country, so to live into other country for the good or bad of humanity. So immigration is a human condition. There is nothing bad. So if an immigrant go to a place, it's not to do a bad thing, especially African, especially Caribbean. They do not migrate to other countries to do bad things. They are in search of a better life. Okay, this is a great migration. Again, we're gonna focusing into America where we are right now. Now, the Great Migration. Okay, so let's see. People were leaving after the boat come from Africa, and then they go directly. They drop people in Portland, in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, or they drop them in New York or Boston. This is where all the major port for the slave came from. Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, New York. This is where they drop the slave. All right. Or sometimes they just put them in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. So they just drop them to this place. And where people like said, oh, we cannot take this no more. We need to leave. What we call the Great Migration. So, you think en Afrique, Africain, yo lage yo, par exemple, yo lage yo Floride, yo lage yo Caroline du Sud, Caroline du Nord, yo lage yo Virginia, ou yo lage yo New York. New York, te un gros port, et c'est là, référent à chapitre te fait un gros match dernièrement, pour que te capable de poser question sur côté où on enterré, yo te enterré un bon Africain américain. Donc là, dans New York, là. Ok? Lè ke yo fin pran moun yo, e pi yo jis la al lage yo. Donk, yo deside mache ansan avèk yo e pi al distribye. Esko wè tou? Chema yo, yo see all those de moun, yo jis deside la, bon, a cause de sa ka pase, and then they cannot stay. So after they came from different places and then they end up Seattle, Washington, Portland, or Colorado, Los Angeles, and into different places. So again, this is a now inside of the country they say call it migration. Outside they call it immigration. They come in the country. Now we are going to try to see. Uh, okay, so we could go into immigration history. This is a website, sa son website kote ke nou kapab direktman al gade ki sa ki genyen nan imigrasyon, nou tap gade exactement ki sa moun yo di. Donc, nou kapab ale pou nou gade direktman nou men. Ok, sa vreman important pou nou men. Nan website la, ban on importation of any Negro, mulatto or other person of color. Sa vle di, Kongre Ameriken, li ban. This is not today. They bring this ban stuff for their own reason. 1803, 1803, ok? Bagala. Yo pran maintenant, li efektif en 1808. C'est dans période ça, te gen révolution, Haitian Revolution. Ok? So, Kongre Ameriken te pase, on lwa pou li di nou pa bezwen importasyon. Yo pa di immigration, yo di importasyon. Sa li di yo te pran mwa tankou on objet. Yo pa vle importe, yo pa vle importe nègre, sito haïtien yo, ni milat, ni person moun ki gen kole. Kole, e sa fe gen ki dou, yo pa vle mwa, yo vle blanc. Yo vle blanche vert. C'est pas jodi a la commencer. Alright? So si on est voir mon histoire, that's gonna be on you. Okay. Summary. The Haitian Revolution 1791-1804 fueled fears among Southerners slave owners that anti-slavery campaign will spread to the United States. Congress responded by passing a bill in 1803, which prohibited bringing to the country Negroes and mulattoes ou bien encore immigrants. Donc, moun ki venu son sa li plus ou moins humain, li va di produit, li va di ça, li di encore immigrant. Ça c'est immigrant. Moun sa son mot qui vraiment la mode. Okay? The objection was to black freemen, not to black slaves. Ça veut dire c'est nèg qui free yo, qui yo pas vle, mais on était toujours besoin esclaves. Even as world opinion was turning against slavery. In 1808, Congress outlawed the international slave trade. However, the illegal importation of enslaved Africans continued through 1850. Soit 50 ans. You prend 50. They took 50 years. They banned. They said, oh, slavery is not good, it's illegal. But 50 years later, they were still doing it. They were still doing it. The immigration ban was not actively enforced. But now, ça qui est important, the very important, 1803, the Haitian Revolution led Congress to ban immigration by free blacks to contain anti-slavery campaign. That means they always have a fear of a certain type of immigrant, especially Asian. So you can go to the document to see for yourself the analysis and other stuff. Okay, now overcoming nervousness, confidence building strategy. So, okay, Question immigrant toujours foncer le monde nerveux. Right? They always on their nerve, they always say, oh my God, those immigrants, oh my God, those black people, oh my God, those Asian. So they always have a almost like a mental breakdown. They say, oh my God, those are immigrant. Immigrants are here, just like just like the British, just like they used to say, the witches are here. So they always have some neighborness. So moun pa pou isi tou gen Amerike ou toujou gen on pirez de imigran. Anwan, nou di a, imigran sa ou fe monti jan nerve, nou pa fou konfortab, nou pa ka kom si tro lage kon nou avek kisyon de imigran. La, great immigrant, great American. This is a list where they put all, I'm not, no, it's not all the immigrant, but some of the immigrant that are great American. That means they come to just like Andrew Carnegie, just like Andrew Carnegie. They said, so those people, they are great American. They come to the country, they go to school, they have their own business, they are great mind, they are participate to make this country very great. Great immigrant, great American. I think Carnegie Institute or uh, the family of Carnegie or his legacy, they are doing a very good job. This is the best way to fight anti-immigrant, anti-immigration or anti-immigrant sentiment by presenting just like Carnegie all the immigrants that are doing a good job into the country. This is very important. And I hope other organizations will do the same. Now, let's go through some statistic. Immigrant fuel US innovation and economic growth. Now, this statistic is not that recent, but it shows you immigrants are not doing anything bad to the economy. Now, instead, they show you all the percentage of the immigrant, especially into the healthcare. 16.4% of healthcare workers in the US are immigrants, or just like 1 in 5 person working into the healthcare industry is an immigrant. This information comes from New American Economy. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Why attacking immigration? From my analysis, one, dismantle different alliance between the US and the rest of the world. Now, an immigrant is not only a person now these days, especially in geopolitical situation, an immigrant is not only a person that live into the country just like that. An immigrant can be a diplomat. An immigrant can be a teacher from another university, from a university from another country. An immigrant can be a son of a soldier into the army of another country. Im- American people has a tendency to see that immigrant is just another guy. No, no, no. Most of the immigrant, some from another country, they are the top of the top of their country, of the society where they came from. This is a very bad misconception. When you see an immigrant and then you say, oh, just an immigrant is nothing. No, you do not know who this person is in his country. And and I, and I do believe this is a very sad but also misguided and even stupid conception because you don't know the person, or you can say he's nothing just from a third world country, even though it's from a third world country. He might be the son of a diplomat, and then this guy you might need it to a vote into the UN. You see that? Just a guy you see onto the street, and then you say, oh, this guy is nothing, he's from a third world country. But this guy is the son or is the husband or is the nephew of a diplomat that gonna vote on a very powerful resolution into the UN or into the OAS or into any other regional organization that the US gonna need their support to pass this vote. This information gonna go straight to this guy that gonna vote. Okay, so this is not the first time those situation happen. So for me, when you are attacking immigration into America, you are attacking the alliance between the US and the rest of the world. Secondly, the immigrants are the entrance of American relevance to the world. So just let's say America says, oh, we don't care or we don't need any immigrant. And then we're gonna send them all back. So all those countries they're gonna see America into a different way. They're gonna see America into a different way. You don't even have to believe me. You can with your own opinion and with your own analysis, you're gonna say, if you kick my people out, I'm gonna have a different view. And those people, when they go back to their country, they're not gonna be sitting around and and have a big kumbaya or no. It's not the way things gonna work. And even though you're not gonna send all those people, but the way you treat them, other country gonna have a different stand. They're gonna see America differently. That's very important. You might say, "Oh, we can stay by ourselves," but guess what? Yeah, no country can stay by themselves. Every country need other countries. Third, the process to make America obsolete. We need to be America need to be very intelligent about that because other people, as you can see, they are watching what is going on and they are taking advantage into different part of the world. This is very important. Well, if you said so, we don't care about any other country. So some other country will replace America so fast, like you never see it before. And you can stay by yourself, but the rest of the world will have to replace America because right now America still have some kind of relevance, but going into the wrong way, it's gonna be people gonna say, oh, so let's just move on. That's very important. Now, democracy assembly. All those countries, a lot of countries around the world. I'm gonna let you hear this video. It's kind of short video. Okay, so this is a video where uh, I think four countries into Latin America: Brazil, Peru, Uruguay, Chile. They came together to have a summit in Colombia. I think I said Colombia. They had a summit called Democracia Siempre because they realized America is in the path away from democracy. They said, hey, guess what? We experienced that. And then we don't want nothing else because they are victim of the dictatorship. They don't want to go back into another dictatorial state, or they're gonna allow any kind of authoritarianism into their country. That was a very powerful message. Democracy siempre. They said no matter what happened to other country, they're gonna band together, they're gonna stay together so they can have democracy into their country. So you can check that out. It's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, I think it's a 3 hours live video, so you can check that. All right. Now, let's see some organizations that are working to support democracy, human rights, and immigration. Civicus, Carnegie organization. Now, you can see this is a link. This is a link for the 20 immigrants. So there are 20 immigrants. They say great immigrant, great American. Westminster Foundation for Democracy, the National Urban League recently had a big convention where they was talking about the state of emergency of the black people. The National Action Network with Reverend Al Sharpton. With Reverend Al Sharpton, they are mobilizing right now. Neon. This is the National Asian American elected official. They are an association that is doing a lot of work to support Haiti. A lot of question mark because I'm trying to find more information about what they're doing. So, n'a pas de mouni an yo, leve pied yo parce que me senti gagner un petit lenteur nan travail à faire. Foundation for Defense of Democracy. Ça veut dire, bon, fondation qui est là pour défendre la démocratie hors politique local. This is a local radio station, local guys that is doing a lot of great work. Okay, dissecting the immigration thing. We need to go in deep into immigration, especially in America. Right now, we cannot just put all immigrants into one category or take them for a one tag, and we take one tag and we put that tag on every immigrant. Well, an immigrant is someone who is born outside of the US and then they did come to America and then to live. Okay. Again, you cannot put one tag on all those immigrants and then you say so those guy just a guy walking to the street and is nobody is from a third world country and no you cannot do it like that. So what happened to immigrant pour même bagay là. There is almost no way an immigrant can be a negative element for America. First, you have human resources, you have the labor force. The guy come here and then he's under the land of the law of the land. He got to live by the law. And what can one person, 1 million, or maybe 20 million people can do to a population of 20 million people? So there is no way they can be something negative. So if they turn them into something negative, that's the problem. Even the immigrant, even if the immigrant is a spy or a double agent, it is up to America to work with it into America's advantage. Even which is almost like not even 3,000. I'm just dropping numbers. The immigration, some people are gonna say, so there's 1,000 potential. I don't know, but the immigration element is the most powerful force behind American relevance to the world after the army and the diplomacy. Because when an immigrant come to America, they have a good life. And then they go to their country, and they go show up, they go sell America, they go sell the dream. So the immigration element is the most powerful force after the army or the diplomacy. The immigrant, an immigrant go to his country, he open a shop, he buy some land, he build a house, he got a pretty much a pretty good girl. He's selling America to other people. And this is why a lot of people, especially for me, are coming to America because they see, oh, next pas ta point pour ici, là, aux États-Unis, après quelqu'un va venir, il vient en gros machine, charge à mallette, charge avec un gros jean, and then they say, oops, this guy is for not regarder qui est ça gain. Et puis, c'est comme ça, on ban monde quitter et pays yo, soit yo descend Port-au-Prince, ou bien yo aller dans l'autre pays. Donc, son bagay yo vend yo vin kwe dans pays. Ou bien, les on sait de pasteurs américains qui descendent avec une équipe missionnaire. Yo gras, yo belle, yo gen cheveux longs, yo gen machine, yo gen l'argent, yo gen manger. Yo vin prêcher l'évangile. Même les pasteurs, ou bien moun yo kite yo, ap fè travay l'Église, hein. Mais yo toujours gen nan tête yo, faut mal le pasteur ça. Faut mal le pasteur John. Donc, so le pasteur John, l'Église pasteur John Wesley par exemple. Faut mal le pasteur David. Comprenez? Et puis, nèg a commencé kon, et quelqu'un vient ramasser dans mes missionnaire. Et puis, madame ni petite li a dit, papa, faut dans le pasteur. Faut dans pas son petit vacances. Passer petit vacances, et puis, mon yo vini. Donc, the immigration element is the most powerful force behind the American relevance to the world after the army, US Army, and the diplomacy. Okay, this is very important. Immigration is the new slavery for America. So when a guy just came, we call them just come, just come, just come. You're gonna do any kind of shit. You're gonna do any kind of job to survive. Cutting grass, cleaning. In Haiti, we call that pick up the dog poop. Wap ramase kakache. Wap benche. You bathing the dog in Haiti, I remember. So people always said you bathing, bathing the dog, you give the dog a bath, this is all you making money. Those kind of job they are very like low wages, they kind of very low, they kind of, I'm not gonna say uh, uh very kind of bad job because I will do any kind of job to survive. You understand what I mean? So the immigrant, an immigrant or immigration is the new slavery for America because you barely gonna get when you hire an immigrant, you just barely tell the guy so his benefits. He can only think on my give me the job, I will do whatever for the paycheck. They're not gonna ask for the benefit, my vacation, or my 401k, or any kind of plan, dental plan, um, healthcare. They don't ask about those. They just tell us, okay, they just happy. You wanna give me a job? I'm gonna get a paycheck. You mean like every Friday? What? I wanna do it, whatever you want. So là, on immigrant fait colonisation et puis le job. Il va poser question de qui est-ce qui va nous combien de la fait, ou bien est-ce que les bénéfices, est-ce que la compagnie a pas moins et quelques shares dans Wall Street, ou quelques shares dans qui bénéficient pas bien après tel mois. Non, les juste de oh, ouais, bon travail, qu'il m'a commencé, à quel est venu, qui ça pour me faire, qu'il est dans le pays. Peut-être que pas même quoi 50%, 50% immigrant money qu'il a payé. They just want to focus on doing the job. It just say modern slavery or the new slavery. Okay? And we know the US love their slaves. That's what they want to civil war for. Oh yeah. Maintaining composure during. Alright, so what did not take those part of what? Immigration is the American political source of discord. So that's why, yes. So they do not want to solve this problem so they can one on immigration. They're gonna attack this guy, didn't do this guy gonna do that. So now they blame it. Now immigration is very important for this administration because they say so every time they take or they kick out an immigrant, they say, oh, you see, I'm doing your job. I'm doing your job. So America is leaving is barely living on immigration. Okay, American politics or American economy, anywhere you turn, America is living on immigration. Immigrant is the essential part of the labor force. We can all say that because the immigrant, when they do a job, they do it like they do it for the joy of life. They do the job, they work long hours. Immigrant is the step of un-American presence. So, immigrant, every immigrant in America is a sign of doing something great. Okay, not move this thing. Anyway, so now you have the Carnegie Corporation of New York, and they say immigrant enrich or democracy. This is why the title of this presentation is defending immigration, defending democracy, and defending humanity. Immigrant enrich or democracy. And we know America always call himself a democratic country. So this is a very important, very smart for the Carnegie Corporation of New York put this report out about immigrant that is making America even greater. Again, just like I was telling you for 2025, a lot of organizations they went out to support or to raise their voice for democracy. Those are the most notable. We have the Rainbow Push Coalition. All right. So they talk about the power of vote. They still have different kind of activities, but they recently have this organization. Now this is kind of overview of what they did. The appointment 1966, the founding 1971, the Black Expo 1972. We had the great activities in 1984 with Jesse Jackson 1984, 1996 Rainbow Push Coalition. So National Rainbow Coalition. So you need to check out this organization, and the keynote speaker was even Stephen Thurston Jr., special guest Stevie Wally. Okay, so this is the organization. I really encourage you to check out to see if you can be part of it. Now, Freedom to Learn present Democracy Defenders Summer Seminar and Summit. So this is another organization, Freedom to Learn present Democracy Defender. So they want to mobilize people to defend democracy. Okay, so Democracy Defender 2025. So they are good activities. Again, you can try to join this organization. All right, next. Now, the National Urban League Conference 2025. Very, very great organization. So that was one of the flyers for the convention in Cleveland. All right, so we got some friends outside, so they wanna be into the line. So let me show you. Let me show you our friends. Probably, probably they're gonna. I don't know. So this is our friends. Anyway, so they just they made a lot of noise. So I wanted see that. I don't know. Do they not see me doing a video, or they just wanna be part of the video? I'm not sure. Anyway, so good luck. Now you're famous. Okay, so let's go back. The Urban League fights for you. Defend democracy, defend diversity, defeat poverty. Defend democracy, demand diversity, defeat poverty. All right. So that was their activities. That was very powerful. Now, this is some slide that I put for you to see exactly how nice it was. Now, the we have NAACP, one of my favorite, 1909 NAACP. For their convention this year, they say the fierce urgency of now. That means there is an urgency to mobilize to defend democracy. And Mr. Leon W. Russell, the chairman of the National NAACP Board of Directors, will you be fierce in your determination to build an inclusive society? Now is the time. Will you commit with a sense of urgency to advance our vision and our mission? Now is the time, because the time is now to defend democracy. Now is the time to work with one another to save the 250 years of this great country. NAACP, the fierce urgency of now. Now, that was their 116th National Convention. It was in Charlotte. The other one was in Cleveland, the Urban League. The NAACP convention was in Charlotte. All right, good. Fierce advocacy in action town hall. So, NAACP te gen yon go konwansyon de soti de juye pou 16 juye. Kote e te fel ni Charlotte, North Carolina, I believe. So that was the flyer. And I follow a lot of the debate into this convention. Okay, another great organization was the King Center for Martin Luther King Jr. So this is an organization, this is a center that is that is pressing on the legacy of the great Reverend Martin Luther King. What they said for on July 9th, so they are the great activities. They say become, believe, beloved. This pledge, take the beloved pledge, because what we see right now outside, it's a lot of violence, it's a lot of hate. They hate a lot of people. So you cannot call yourself a Christian and have that kind of hate into your heart for the people. Call to action, immigration. All right. So they said what you need to do, call your state legislator today and demand support for families unification program and for seizing disruption of pathway to citizenship. Email Congress urging them to pass human immigration reform, prioritize asylum protection, language access, and workers' right. Attend a town hall and public support human immigration policies. Your present, send, and then other word. You can go to www.thekingcenter.org/beloved, and I encourage you, m'encourage nous pour que nous aller sur website ça et puis pour que nous capable faire nous un membre pour que nous capable supporter organisation ça à différents niveaux que nous capable. Okay. Now, every July 17, the whole country, especially this year with this kind of situation, all the organization or many organization, they having a rally in the name of our great late congressman John Lewis. John Lewis. And this rally list, you see, this is a list of New Jersey rally location and time. So, chaque 17 juillet, il y a un gros rally, ça veut ti moun yo, yo mette yo kampe sou 2 pieds militaires yo, et puis a dit là, good trouble lives on. Parce que songe, congressman John Lewis lui-même, li te participe dans combat qui t'a fait, li te un activiste, comprendre, sous temps Martin Luther King, peut que il a bataille pour droit civil. Et nous ka ouais. Mais l'islam mes amis, good trouble lives on that org. C'est website ça, c'est sur website ça que vous te contacter, que vous te parler, vous te planifier dans chaque état et ceci à travers les États-Unis et à travers le monde pour capable dire que good trouble lives on. Rally and march. Nous marcher silencieusement, pacifiquement pour que vous capable dire là, même avec ancien congressman John Lewis Stephen, n'a marché, n'a pris des douanes. Donc, ça, c'est liste monde qui a participé, liste ville, ok? Les villes qui participent seulement dans New Jersey et nous connaissons Florida, Colorado, nous connaissons New York, nous connaissons Los Angeles, nous connaissons de l'autre côté qui étaient campés sous des pieds militaires. Ce n'est pas seulement dans Red State, mais tout dans Blue State. Now, nous avons gagné et Martin Luther King People's Convention and for Justice and Resistance. Ça, qu'elle était faite dans le mois d'avril, I guess, yeah, c'est dans le mois d'avril qui a été fait. C'est dans Essex County, New Jersey qui a été fait, c'est avec the Poor People Organization. So, c'est parti politique ça qui a été fait, côté que il a organisé Martin Luther King People's Convention for justice and resistance because they needed justice and they wanted to resist all the political oppression that is going on around now. And this is Lawrence Ham, the president of the organization. All right. They say democracy, not dictatorship. Martin Luther King March of Resistance. You can also check this organization, the Poor People's Convention, the Poor People's Party, I guess. You can go and Google People's March or the Poor People Party. All right, so this is the book that I wrote on democracy. So I'm trying to bend with other people that is doing the same kind of job. So for me, my fight, my vision or my personal fight, it started with writing this book, Democracy at Theory. This is a book that I published in 2015. I think I started this book in 2012, they were 12. They were 2012 and 2013. But I published the book in 2015. And 2016, I guess, I went to Haiti to have the International Day of Democracy. Okay, one of the best activities I went this year so far was the convention, the National Action Network Convention in New York. I went there, I did a good reporting, I met a lot of people. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. So, as a member of NAN, I encourage you to be part of this great organization. If you do not have a chapter X or work with Reverend Shapton to have a chapter of National Action Network near your house, or you can start one by yourself. It was in New York and it was marvelous, fantastic, great success. And that was in April, right? That was in April. And in August 28th, like not even a month, probably 2 weeks ago, there was a march on Wall Street. Again, it was a very successful march on Wall Street. Pacific, non-violent, democratic, and with the church, with a lot of pastor, a lot of reverend, a lot of political elected official, political powerhouse. It was very nice, no incident, so it was pretty good. This is Al Sharpton had some pictures into the convention. It was packed. It was very packed. Then you see, that was a pack house. All right. Everybody was very quiet, very nice. No incident, no outbreak, no trouble. All right. So I encourage you to join the National Action Network. That was me. That was me. Can I play the video?
Right. We all got the lucky stars. But I just want to make sure that she gets a lot of videos.
So, so I do this video outside into the hall because inside of the room there was a lot of voice, people were talking. So I wanted to give you a little bit of tour.
Once again, so it was a very good convention and people enjoyed themselves and a lot of
So that was on my way out. My way out.
people, what was going on. Well, for the book,
All right. So that was National Action Network Convention. All right. So now let's talk about the National Asian American Elected Official Network. So this is this organization where all the elected officials from Haiti or from Asian descent, they come to this organization to participate or to help Haiti in different kind of ways, which asking them to shake it up, to be active, to be more active. They should put some more press release. They should be more active. Like give like the people a 5 minute. Yes, give people probably 1 day of the work or probably 30 minutes every day to be focusing on what's going on in Haiti and put out more press really so people can be can feel more appreciate or they gonna have a sense that neon is there with them. All right, so again, so I'm inviting you to join those organizations because they doing some job. And again, thank you. That's my name, my phone number, and my email address. And the organization, my organization is TTD Think Tank Democrat. So my vision for Think Tank Democrat is to continue because 2025 mark the 10 years anniversary of the organization. So we are working uh, to improve democracy. So I'm not part of the Democratic Party. I'm not part of the Republican Party. No, 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 no. I'm a Asian who want the world to be more democratic, just like my ancestor. They said, "Our freedom is for everybody." They said so. Haiti is free, and anybody that came to Haiti, they will be free. So, my vision is to have a more democratic world, not only in Haiti, not only in America, but around the world. This is me. That's not a job. That's not a commitment. This is my life. So it need to be clear. It's not a job. It's I'm not doing that for anybody else other than myself to the world. Okay. So this presentation was again